Today I'm doing my favorite deck, Cyber Dragon. Starting off, we're going to go over the starters. Of course, got the 3 core, 3 claw, 3 emergency, 3 realm, and a bit more controversial, 1 cybernetic horizon. Now, of course, these are all 1 card starters. They get you to your full M board, they get you to an OTK. You gotta love them. And you know, 12 starters is typically that sort of perfect ratio for most decks. But with this build, I've actually decided to go with a going second board breaker approach. Of course, the Cyber Dragon Classic has always been going first and trying to OTK since it couldn't put up a board. But now Cyber Dragon can go first. It's just, you know, I still prefer going second because you guarantee, like if you prepare your deck for going second, like 99% of the time your opponent is going to make you go second if they win the dice roll. And if you're prepared to go second, then that's advantageous for you. And if you win the dice roll, then you can just choose to go second anyway. And because we're in a bit of a board breaker format, I just really like being, you know, breaking boards and then OTKing. And I decided to play the Horizon because with the Claw, after you search for the Realm, there's not really anything else you can get other than Horizon, and I like being able to have a little more grind game, especially if they force you to go first. And I'm actually playing a rather big build. I think it's 48 cards because Cyber Dragon has quite a few bricks, and drawing into those bricks just doesn't feel good. It really messes up the combos a lot of the time. And being able to bump up the total deck count while also bumping up the number of starters keeps your consistency the same in terms of drawing into a starter, but it increases your consistency when you're not drawing into these bricks and these garnets. Furthermore, I'm also playing 1 Bestial Magnemite. You can of course side this out if you're not playing into a light or dark deck, but I love this choice because when you're going second, if you're going into a light or dark deck, this is a starter because it searches any dragon monster, and Cyber Dark Claw is, if you can see it, dragon monster. So if you're going second, maybe your opponent's playing, well, really anything. Every meta-relevant deck is playing lights or darks. You can banish their graveyard, search out the Claw in end phase, and now you're full combo. Next up, we're going to move on to the Cyber Monster list. Of course, the King Regulus Honorary Cyber Monster. I have 2 Cyber Jormungandr because when you're going second, it's a 1 card Cyber Dragon Infinity. It just feels great. And it summons out your Cyber Dragon, which, you know, you don't really love having that in the main deck anyway because it hurts to draw. Double hurts. I just feel like you really need this for the grind game. You of course need it for the combo, and having less than 2 like sometimes hurts. Having more than 2 is just unnecessary. I'm playing 2 Cyber Dragon because you need 1 for the combo typically, and then I like having another one in the deck for the Jormungandr. You can cut out 1 Jormungandr and 1 Cyber Dragon. It's just whatever you prefer, but I do really like how these ratios feel for specifically going second. If you're going first, you definitely want to cut 1 Jormungandr and 1 Cyber Dragon. I got my little Cyber Dark one because it matches the Jormungandr, and then I got my traditional art to go with the combo. I just like that. Noxter for the combo, don't need 2, but 1 is necessary. And then Worm and Chimera for the combo are necessary. Worm is of course what made the deck get the 1 card combo. It's insane. If you're not playing this deck, you're not winning, or not playing this card in this deck, you're not winning, excuse me. And then of course, last but certainly not least, we got the King Regulus. It's for the combo, it's an Omni Negate. It's a crazy card. Next up, we have the Engine Piece spells. Of course, because of Simon Jormungandr polymerization, you play it now. I like Cyberload Fusion for the grind that it gives you. It gives you a few more options. but you can definitely cut it if you want, because sometimes it hurts to draw. I mean, it's kind of nice to have another search option off of the core. If you're going first, I would definitely say cut a Clockwork Knight, and you could probably cut a Power Bond. I like playing 4 going second because Clockwork Knight is a board breaker, and if you draw your first Power Bond, not being able to search it off the Chimera cuts out your ability to banish cards, which really hurts because not being able to banish as material just messes up the combo lines a lot. You can only play 1, but you know, when you draw into that 1, it feels horrible. If you draw into 1 and you have a second one in deck, it doesn't feel so bad because, well, you can fuse off or you can discard the Power Bond to search the other one. And I just like it more personally, but it's up to you. And of course, this is not in the list, but you can play an Overload Fusion. It feels better drawing into going second because you can just go straight into your Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon for some OTK potential. Going first, you definitely don't want to play it. It's not really searchable. I currently don't have it in the deck, but it is an option if you want. I don't know if I'd recommend it. It's something to play around with. If you're not able to search the Power Bond, sometimes it does feel better than Cyberload Fusion because you can link your monsters into the graveyard and then fuse off, and you could potentially win games that way. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Now we have the non-engine. Of course, I'm playing a pretty big board breaker build. Quite a few cards. I haven't counted, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's up toward 20. Of course, the thrust and talents. I like having 2 thrust and 1 talent. You could play more, you could also play less, but I think I'd probably go with 3 thrust over 1. Seeing the 1 thrust feels great going second because you can search for a starter, you can search for an Ultimate Slayer, a Lightning Storm, whatever you want. Just feels really good. As far as hand traps go, I'm only playing high impact hand traps. Of course, the 3 Fuwa, I actually pulled all 3 of these in 1 box, which is pretty insane luck. Double Droll, I'd probably play 3 if I had another one, but you know, I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Droll is pretty good. You could also maybe put in a Nibiru, but that's, I don't know. I feel like Nibiru isn't as good as it used to be. Triple Ultimate Slayer, so of course I had to carve out some room in the extra deck, but with this build, the extra deck isn't way too tight, so it's not the end of the world. Triple Droplet and double Lightning Storm. You could go triple Lightning Storm now that it's at 3. You could even put in Raigeki and Feather Duster, but I just felt like these were the most valuable board breakers. Since this is a going second build, Lightning Storm is really, really good. If you draw Lightning Storm, Forbidden Droplet, I mean, you might just win from there because Lightning Storm, if you activate Lightning Storm, you can chain Forbidden Droplet and then send the Lightning Storm from your own field that you just activated as some of the material, send one of the monsters from your hand. Now your opponent can't respond with monsters, and then they, you know, you're sending a whole bunch of their field, and you're chain blocking the Lightning Storm using the Forbidden Droplet, so they can't respond with monster effects if you send a monster as cost, and then you're wiping their back row or their monsters, and it's just absurd. Very, very oppressive and hard to deal with. And then, you know, everyone knows what talents and thrusts do. I don't think I need to talk about them. Moving on to the extra deck, I got the 1 Cyber Eternity Dragon as a target for Cybernetic Horizon. Send it to the graveyard, and then you can banish it for its effect. I mean, it's the best target, but it's still not an amazing target. Got the Chimera Tech Mega Fleet and Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. They're amazing for clearing the board. If you have Clockwork Knight, this is a full board wipe if you get a single Cyber Dragon on field. This can help clear the extra monster zone, so that's great. Some people play 2 of either or each of them, but the extra deck was just too tight using the Ultimate Slayer for me. Chaos Varog, the Mechanical Dawn, is an amazing card. It's part of your end board if you're forced to go first. Double Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. This card you have to play it. It's amazing. I would definitely recommend playing it at 2. Because sometimes you summon out the first one, you need it for the combo. It sends the materials from the deck. You can even play heavy polymerization, and that can get you more starters, which you know, you could possibly put in more board breakers into the deck to really bump up the size, and then put in 3 heavy polymerization, because if you use heavy poly and you play you know, 2 infinity, 2 nova, or 2 of one and 1 of the other, you can use 2 of them as fusion material, because this is 2 plus cyber dragon monsters, so you can send 2 infinity and a nova, or vice versa, and then summon this out, and then you can use its effect to send monsters from the deck to the graveyard, and you can send a cyber dragon Hertz and a cyber dragon Core, and then Hertz will activate in the graveyard because it was sent there, and then Core's name becomes cyber dragon in the grave, so you can add back the Core, normal summon it, and go full combo. I'm not sure whether or not that's really worth it, although it's something definitely worth testing out, and I plan to in the future, because once again, just there's so many bricks in Cyber Dragon, and it feels terrible to brick. It feels terrible to draw 2 of them, and you know, drawing 1 doesn't feel great either. Definitely have to play 2, because you know, sometimes, as I said, you use 1 for the combo, it's in the graveyard, you need another one to push for OTK. Sometimes you need 2 to push for OTK, but normally if 1 won't do the job, then you're SOL. Now we have the Ultimate Slayer targets, Garura for fusions. We got the Bucephalus for link monsters. You send the Intis. Best choice for XEs is Aggregator and Cloud Beast Malong. It's just great for synchros. These are all really good effects, and I really like how Ultimate Slayer feels in the deck. It makes going second feel much more consistent, much more powerful. So I do really like the Ultimate Slayer. If you're going first, you definitely gotta cut it though. You could possibly fit it into the side deck, but it takes up so many extra deck slots, I don't know that that's worth it. And then rounding off the engine, like the field center, rounding off the engine, we have the Nova, Infinity, SP Little Knight, and Clockwork Knight. Clockwork Knight, you need it for the combo. SP Little Knight's part of the end board. You need the Nova for the combo, and Infinity is insane for both board breaking and end board. It's a negate. It scoops up one of your opponent's monsters. It's just crazy. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the deck list. I do have a tiny bit of a side deck for you, but I haven't really updated it physically. I've been playing around a little bit on Master Duel and on Dueling Nexus. Of course, they're 2 different formats, but Called by the Grave in the side deck for if you're gonna get forced to go first feels good. Having 1 Nibiru is nice because it threatens your opponent, because you know, they always have to play around Nibiru if they know you have Nibiru. And then the rest is just sort of whatever hand traps I had, or that I thought would be common. Of course, the Ash for like Fua, Meows, whatever. You could probably put in Perulia. Like if you have the money, I would recommend putting in more Molch armies in the side, or even main deck. And then Crossout Designator is crazy. The Call by Crossout, just great to have, especially in such a big deck list. So if you can fit in as many possible hand traps that you think you're gonna see, maybe put in 1 DD Crow, 1 Ghost Bell. Ghost Bell's really good right now, just so you have as many cross out targets as possible. I haven't played around with Sales Ban, but you could even try putting in Sales Ban for, you know, going first and second. It's just a great card. And then this is just leftover from, you know, the last format. D-Barrier just got banned, and then these are just for Malice, of course. Malice did have a lot of representation at the recent YCS, but I don't think any of it made top cut, so I don't know if it's necessarily worth siding for, especially because there can be bigger threats. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck list. Let me know what changes you would make, what you would recommend in the comments. If there's any tips or anything like that that you would want to ask for or give me, let me know. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. So yeah, thanks for watching.